about this. There was an attack on the Red Sea. Again, U.S. fought back. I want to get your reaction on another major development in the war in Ukraine. We saw reports yesterday that Ukraine launched a missile and drone attack against Russia. The Russian Defense Ministry is saying 13 missiles and 32 drones were shot down in several Russian regions. What do you make of all of these conflicts surfacing and bubbling? What is the United States? What should our next step be?
Sure. First of all, thank you for having me on board. Happy New Year. It looks like the U.S. took out 3 speedboats, killed the Houthi rebels in the speedboats. And one of the first acts of Yemen, I'm getting through my sources, is running off to Iran to make their statements. And I say that because Iran really is the ant pile, and we're kind of going after the ants. Now, from what I understand, again, from other reports, it looks like there's going to be some kind of multinational American alliance attack against the Houthis, I think, coming up fairly quickly. We'll see on that, but we're going to have to strike back. But really, Iran is the anthill, and we needed to hit them with is, in the war college, we call it DIME, diplomatic, informational, military, and economic. All of those. We need to go back to the hardcore sanctions we had, because that's a major problem the Biden administration has caused.
We have a little glitch there, and then Lisa. We'll get back to you, Colonel. We had a little technical problem there. Speaking of what he was just talking about Iran, former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett of Israel, he wrote an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal outlining what he called Iran's 45-year brilliant strategy of funding, training, and arming terrorists. Now, he is suggesting that the U.S. and Israel to weaken and help destroy Iran's regime, but without even firing a shot. And so to the Colonel's point, talk to me about sanctions, or what could we be doing? Because, again, we don't want to be engaged in another foreign war.
Detractors will say, either have to bomb Iran or let them get the bomb, right? There was never that third option, which the former Trump administration had actually gotten pretty well. The idea of deterrence in terms of foreign policy doesn't start on the military field. It starts at the White House. It starts from the podium. And the message of the Biden administration, even when he was campaigning, was that he was going to get back into the Iran nuclear deal, that he was going to play footsie with Iran's regime over and over again, give them all this money, embolden them, empower them. And now we want to fight their proxies in the Middle East. That's how we deter them. Why did the Biden administration take the Houthis off the terror list when they're in fact a terror organization? Why? Because they wanted to please Iran's regime to get back into a deal. Why did they keep going back to the table to get a bad deal when they saw that the Iranian regime was not a fair and honest partner in this endeavor? Why did they loosen the very targeted sanctions that were on very important sectors that then allowed Iran's regime to earn $60 to $90 billion in oil revenue and finding new partners like China on their own? And to top it all off, we have that lopsided prisoner exchange with them to tell them we're actually idiots. Here you go. Here are some actual terrorists for our innocent hostages that are being kept in Iran, and we'll give you billions of dollars on top of that. So it's very difficult to play catch up on deterrence, to flex our muscles and say, you know what, we're going to fight back, when for 3 years we have emboldened them, we have empowered them, we've given them money on top as a bonus, and here we are.
Here we are indeed. We got to leave it right there. Lisa Daftari.